Who remembers Sausage Party, huh? You know, the animated movie about food coming to life, realizing what actually happens to them, and then all teaming up to fight back against the humans, and then all fucking at the end? Yeah, you remember. Did you like it? No? Me neither. Did you want to watch an Amazon Prime exclusive TV show about it 8 years later? No? Well, too bad, baby, because Seth Rogen and gang are back to cook up another installment into the Sausage Party universe, extending its shelf life and creating the abomination that is Sausage Party Foodtopia. Who asked for a second serving of this shit? Let alone 8 years later? My memory of that godforsaken end scene was just starting to fade away out of my brain. And then this shit wants to pop up fucking front and center on Amazon Prime. Will it be rotten to its core? Or will I think twice before cutting into an onion to place upon my yummy burger? That's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. So sit back, relax, snuggle up to your spaghetti, kiss your potatoes, and enjoy my breakdown of Sausage Party Foodtopia. Let's do a quick recap of the characters for those fortunately unfamiliar. We got Frank and Brenda, like bread. Get it? Brenda, bread. They love using food puns in this show, okay? I mean, understandably so. It's a fucking show about talking food. From the pop culture references to the food parody songs, it gives the show its charm. But it quickly expires when they force a food pun every 2 damn seconds.
Egg timer's up. Hate to be so runny, but I gotta scramble to my other job before it gets poached.
Then we got Barry, the little weenie, and then Sammy the bagel. And that's our main course, okay? So the movie ended, they were all fighting off the humans in the grocery store. They end up winning. They end up fucking, right? I'm guessing the show takes place right after, because they all end up walking out the grocery store and they start killing off the rest of humanity. Which I guess there's like 5 people left in the fucking planet. There's just this one big bastard left. He's eating everyone up. My gosh, what are they gonna do? Frank and the gang, they zip line down. They tie his hands up. They start twisting his fucking titties. He's screaming like, ah. And then Barry comes up and shoots him with the fucking umbrella toothpick in the throat, and then he dies. And then the food wins, yay! How do you guys want to celebrate? By fucking, of course. Like, of course. How else are we gonna know it's an adult animation without fucking and cussing within the first 8 minutes of the damn show? Literally within the first 8 minutes, they start fucking already. Because they're like, hey, remember when we did that last time? Yeah, we're doing it again. Obviously, I'm not gonna show you, you cinephile. Yeah, new word alert. That means you like fucking food. Seth Rogen, I'm onto you. As the food fuckfest is happening, a giant storm cloud starts hovering over the horizon. And oh no, it starts raining. It starts killing the bread, making them soggy. So they all run over to a nearby awning from protection from the flash flood. They're like, the ceiling is leaking. Because they're like silly little food and they don't know no better. I like that about the world building. How they're unfamiliar with the outside world and its elements. After the chaos, everyone looks towards Frank and Brenda as the leaders and for answers on what to do next. Obviously, they're as clueless as everyone else is, but, the food, they're not happy with that. So they all storm back to the crumbling supermarket from whence they came. Frank and Brenda are like, fuck, what are we gonna do? Man, I really wish we had a Humie around still. Wink, wink, nudge, wink and a nudge. That's what they call the humans, by the way. They call them Humies. I'm not calling him a fucking Humie, I'm calling him a human. Cut to Barry. He's doing search and rescue. He's looking for all the lost food that were scurried about during the flash flood. He's trying to round them all up. But oh no, there's a fucking human that kidnapped all the rescued food and took off on a boat. So Barry runs back home. He's like, shit, there's a human. Frank and Brenda are like, perfect. Maybe this human would tell us what the deal is with this leaky ceiling. Barry, he reluctantly agrees, but we're killing the fucker right after, okay? Dude, they're going down the stream in their little makeshift boat, and they run into a piece of shit, and they literally start messing with it. We're really watching a cartoon hot dog play with some human feces. I blame Pinocchio, man, you nasty hoe. Why y'all playing with shit? Ew. Barry's digging through it. He's like, oh no, my fallen comrades. That must mean the human's close. And he's fucking sniffing his hands like, oh!
Oh, super stanky. I love the smell.
They've been searching all night, and they finally run into the human, chilling by a campfire with all the kidnapped food. Their plan is to hit him with bath salts, because that's how the humans are able to talk to the food, apparently. Okay. Because remember, guys, this is not for kids. Like I said, they want to hit him with the bath salts and then peacefully extract information from him while Barry rescues the hostages. The plan quickly goes to shit as the human starts tweaking off the bath salts. And then Barry's like, oh, mission abort, mission abort. And he fucking cuts his Achilles heels and then he falls into the fucking fire and dies. Luckily for the food, I think, there's more humans. More chaos ensues. The humans are killing the food left and right. There's chip bags and bottles strewn across the campsite. This show loves killing off food, by the way. I'm going to leave a little tally at the end on how much food has perished because it's crazy. And y'all leave a comment down below how much you think food was thrown in the trash, if you will. Barry's like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? And then he has a flashback back to the movie of the most hated character, the most controversial character, the douche, going into a human's booty and controlling them through their ass. Barry's like, I'll try that. So Barry the wiener catapults himself into the human's ass and starts controlling it by tugging on his balls. What did I just say? So Barry's fighting back the human with his own human, like it's fucking Attack on Titan. And what I don't understand is, how is he inside the booty, tugging on the human's balls, and peeking out through the zipper all at the same time? How can he see if Barry's in the booty? That don't make no sense. These are the real questions, Mr. Seth Rogen, that need answers. They end up killing the human, you fucking savages, and they all run back just in time to let everyone know that the leaky ceiling is actually called rain. And that it is actually safe outside and to get the fuck out of the damn grocery store. Okay, Foodtopia is back, baby. Where has Sammy Bagel been this whole damn time? Well, during the Second War, Sammy lost his lover Lavash, and he died in his arms, and he's been struggling with the loss ever since, and he's even developed PTSD because of it. He found out that a great way to cope with the loss was to perform, to become an entertainer, to spoil the food masses rotten with laughter. So Sammy comes up with the idea to host a festival called Burning Man, because they're gonna burn a man. and Sammy wants to be the main event. Barry gets to kill the human, Sammy gets to perform. It's a win-win for everybody. Sammy's hosting the auditions for the festival, and oh my god, this is where they go full force with the puns. They got Adele, Megan the Scallion, Bruno Mars, Celine Dijon, Machine Gun Jelly, and Korn. So the festivities are happening, and it's just food parodies of songs. And Frank and Brenda are like, I kinda don't want the human to die just yet, because like, what if we need answers in the future? So they devise a plan to save the human by switching out the bodies with the dead one, and then taking them to a secret treehouse. Now that the world building is out of the way, kinda, what kind of crazy shenanigans are these little bundles of sustenance gonna get up to? Well, I don't know, to be honest. The story is kind of directionless, for lack of a better word. A little undercooked, if you will. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's continue. All right, episode 4 starts off with Julius the Orange, like orange juice. He's bribing off a can of tuna with briefcases full of teeth so that he can have this toy store all to himself. Now, teeth? What the hell are you talking about? Well, after the war, and before they all started fucking, Frank was holding up a tooth. He's saying, this is a symbol of the future, of change. It is a symbol. A symbol. Not having any value whatsoever. But Julius the Orange, he likes teeth just a little bit more. than your average bowl of fruit, okay? He's been stockpiling teeth all for himself, and during the Burning Man festival, he was charging one tooth to let food in to his super cool clubhouse. He's even paying people to work for him, saying, oh, I'll give you an X amount of teeth if you be my bodyguard or some shit. You know, giving it currency, giving it value. It sounds like capitalism to me. Anyway, he bribes off all the cans, and then he has the toy store all to himself. Yippee. The food in town are now stealing and committing crimes just to get more teeth. So Barry creates a task force and becomes a cop. Ew. Talk about little wiener energy, am I right? All food guilty of stealing teeth are taken to food court. And the first one on the stand, old man Pops Ickle, is claiming the only reason that he did it was because the only freezer in Foodtopia is being run by Julius, and he's charging everyone like crazy. And then the poor bastard melts to death in front of everyone after being found guilty. Oh my god. Frank and Brenda go on Sammy's talk show, talk about a comeback. They go on his talk show, they're like, hey, to all the food that have a lot of teeth, we're gonna take a portion of that and give it to all the food that don't have as much teeth. That way everyone can have enough teeth to go around. Hooray! And Julius in the crowd, he's like, hey, I fucking hate that idea. And I think you hate food as well, because you're telling us what to do. And you think we're too stupid to get teeth on our own. You know what? We should take a vote on who should be our leader of Foodtopia. Vote for me. Sausage Party be like, what if we gave food human problems? Like capitalism and politics. And then we made them fuck a lot. So Frank and Brenda are doing their political rally, talking about their sharesies plan, when in comes Julius paying off the security, and then completely takes over the rally, and then rallies everyone else against Frank and Brenda. I haven't mentioned it yet, but the animation is ugly, y'all. It looks worse than it did 8 years ago. How is that possible? Like, get this shit off my screen. Julius is spreading lies about Frank and Brenda, saying how everyone will become homeless if they win, how everything's going to be more expensive, yada yada. It wasn't until episode 5 that I realized that Julius is supposed to be Donald fucking Trump. Think about it. He's rich, power hungry, running for a leader. The US elections are right around the corner. He likes butt stuff. I mean, it could also be Julius Caesar as well. Like, he also was corrupted with power and probably also liked butt stuff. Like, it could be both. It could be either one. It could be a double entendre, bitch. And we cut back to food court, and Sammy's on the stand. Oh no. He's on trial for whooping a cereal box's ass and taking his TV screens to claim as his own and start his own TV show. Things aren't looking good for Sammy boy. But look whose green hair comes waltzing in from behind the judge's bench. Surprise, surprise, Sammy beats the case, but on one condition. He has to fully endorse Julius the Orange and completely slander Frank and Brenda on his talk show. Of course, Sammy agrees. He'll do anything to keep his talk show. He's the damn slut for the spotlight. He can't help it. So Frank and Brenda, they run back to the treehouse to ask the human more questions like, why isn't our ideas working? What's going on? And then the human's like, it's because the humans have done that already, silly. Your sharesies plan? It's called taxes, and it's very controversial. Hey, shut up. Like I said earlier, food with human problem. Frank and Brenda need money for their political campaign. They try doing a fundraiser. They bring out Bill Werther's bitch, but even that's not working for them.
Just don't chew on us.
That's probably my favorite joke in the whole damn show. Just don't chew on us. I'm like, okay. Frank pulls off this fast and furious ass heist to get money for the campaign. This was all Jack's idea, by the way, Jack the human. So Frank dresses up as a potato. He drives over to Julius's place, hooks onto the briefcases, and then drives away. An intense police chase ensues, but Frank is able to escape. It works. Hooray. They got money for the damn campaign. Hooray. Brenda, though, she's not very happy. She's like, you used potato head? Like it's like a blackface joke. Okay.
You did potato head?
For like 10 minutes.
Brenda is like, fuck this. It's either him or me, Frank. And Frank chooses the damn human. Wow, the bastard. Episode 6. There is a damn warning before episode 6 even starts. If there is a warning before an episode even starts, especially in 2024, this shit is going to be graphic. And all the food are on the hunt for the tooth-stealing son of a starch, aka Frank. Barry overhears the can cops talking, saying, "Oh, the culprit is a hot dog-sized potato." Okay. So he goes to search for Brenda for answers. After Brenda stormed out of the treehouse, she went down to the streets to spout her own political campaign to abolish all teeth entirely, so everyone can live freely. Then she gets intercepted by Barry, and they both go downtown for an interrogation. Brenda immediately spills the beans on Frank, saying it was him who stole the teeth, because we need it for the damn campaign. Everything's about money. We live in a society. Shut up. Oh yeah, also we have a human tied up in the treehouse. Sorry. So they both head down to the treehouse for answers. Meanwhile, in the treehouse, Jack and Frank are getting real close with each other. Jack is helping Frank with his presentation, his speech, fixing his posture, and just buttering Frank up real good. Okay, now I'm gonna reenact the following scene that leads up to the warning at the beginning of the episode. Okay, are you ready? One last question. What do you think about humans? What? What? They might ask. Well, I hate them. What do you hate about them? Be specific. I hate their big ears that listen to my problems. I hate their big brown eyes. I hate how they make me feel so smart and capable. What else? And I hate their mouths. Their big, wet mouths. And, they start fucking nasty. I don't even know what I can say. They're fucking pinning each other against the walls. They're switching positions. I mean, they thoroughly explored each other's bodies. Need I remind you that this is a fucking hot dog and a human matching each other's freak? I've been a nasty. No! You think the animators are gonna write this on their damn resume? And you know what's crazy? This is the best looking episode out of all of them. Like, Frank looks real sweaty, real shiny, like a normal hot dog. And the lighting in the treehouse is, dare I say, amazing. Like, why is this the episode that y'all decide to go all out? Seth Rogen, you're not beating these food fucking allegations. Brenda and Barry are heading up the makeshift elevator towards the treehouse, and Brenda is having second thoughts about storming out on Frank like that. She just wants everyone to get along and to come together. And oh my god, they're fucking. They catch Frank riding Jack's Franken beans. And he's like, "Oh, no, it's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like." And then Jack finishes their activities all over Frank. Everyone starts freaking the fuck out even more. And the Frank's like, "Oh, it's mayo. It's mayo. This is gross." Literally, what the fuck were they thinking? Barry goes in for the arrest, but Jack grabs Frank, sticks him onto his chest, and then flees out of the treehouse into the woods. My brain. My brain. I'm tired, y'all. There's no time for Frank to panic, because it's time for the election. It's Frank versus Brenda versus Julius the Orange. You remember him? Brenda, right out the gate, is like, "Hey, I'm not working with Frank no more because he fucked a human. He's a human fucker. Ew." Those two start fighting, and then Orange Julius wins the election in a culinary triumph of the fucking ages. He's got his own civic crown made of teeth, and just like Julius Caesar, it looks like the little orange is going mad with power. He's controlling the media. He's working the lower nutritional foods to their absolute limit just to get as much profit off those pearly whites as possible. Frank is begging Barry and Brenda to forgive him. He's like, "Please, I'm sorry for doing that." I'm not saying it again, y'all. Ugh, gross. Barry is like, "I may forgive you, but we're not sharing the same plate, bitch." I mean, I said that. But he cuts off Frank, essentially. He doesn't want to be friends with Frank anymore, to be frank. And Brenda forgives Frank, but it's going to take time to repair their relationship. And you better cut off that damn human, So Frank goes to do exactly such that. And Jack, he is not having it, y'all.
I'm not letting you get rid of me, because I'm in love with you. You hear that, world? I'm in love with a hot dog!
Brenda sneaks into Julius's house to try to get him to change his ways. Oh my gosh, he's tied up. What the heck is going on here? So Brenda's questioning him. He's like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, I don't know. I don't even know what's happening. I don't know how I got here. My mind goes blank when she's up my ass. What are you talking about? Who's she? Plot twist, it's a little grain of rice, way back from episode 2. Hey, remember that whole political storyline that they were just doing for like the past 4 episodes? Yeah, scrap that completely. We're not going to focus on this little evil grain of rice that had a couple shots in the first 2 episodes. Now all of a sudden we're supposed to care about, and the main characters are supposed to defeat. Like, what? Alright, so the Rice's origin story is during the flash flood, all of her and her siblings all got washed away, and she ended up getting stuck in a pole, you know, like sticky rice. Lol. In comes Julius to save the day. Psych, he grabs the tooth that's closest to the rice and then runs away and leaves her for dead. And luckily, she's able to escape still, and she runs to the grocery store. Fast forward, the grocery store is crumbling, everyone's running out. Frank and Barry and gang are here with the human to save the day. They're all running towards the exit, and in the distance, Rice sees Julius on his hands and knees, scourging, picking up all of his teeth that he dropped during the chaos, and exposing his big ass. And Rice thinks, well, if Barry can control the humans by going up the booty, what if it works for food? So Rice jumps into the booty of Orange Julius, and oh my gosh, what do you know? It works. Controlling Julius, they quickly rise to power and wealth. She's like, yeah, I'm not going back to being a Rice. Why would I go back to being disrespected and forgotten, discarded, when I can be the leader of Foodtopia? So yeah, it was the Rice the whole time, and now you have to defeat them. Like, I don't know, it just seems thrown in. I don't know. Like, we've barely seen the Rice, and now we're supposed to care? Whatever. Brenda and Julius, they start beating each other's asses all over the kitchen, and it ends up in the sink. Brenda is about to win by throwing him in the garbage disposal, but the Rice is able to sneak out of Orange Julius's ass and then climb up to the faucet to turn on the water. Oh no! Frank comes in to save the day, but he's just a little too late, as he's holding his soggy ass girlfriend in his hands in despair. I'm just gonna call evil Julius Rice so it can be easier for me. Rice is pinning the murder of Brenda on Frank and sentenced him to public execution. Plot twist again, one of Sammy's producers was recording the fight between Brenda and Rice the entire time and needs Barry and Sammy's help to expose the truth. They need help getting into the electric store to broadcast the video, so they recruit Jack, the human, to help them get through the fence. And this is the first time that it's mentioned, but Jack is a part of an ultimate frisbee team, and apparently he's really good at it. I mean, aside from looking at his shirt, why are they bringing it up now in the last episode? Anyway, Jack accepts gleefully because, you know, Frank is his boo. Speaking of Frank, he's sent to the griller, baby. So Jack and them quickly run up to the roof. He frisbees Sammy, Barry, and the phone across the building into the vent to broadcast the video just in time to show the public what really happened to Brenda. All the food pitch in to tip over the grill to save Frank from being cooked. And Barry is able to subdue Julius and extracts the rice from his booty. Frank, he chooses to spare the rice, thinking, what would Brenda do? She would want a more loving and peaceful Foodtopia. And then the fucking rice gets snatched up by a crow and dies. Frank takes the role of leader pretty much like force, and he wants to go ahead and go through with Brenda's plan to abolish all teeth. And if you don't go through with Brenda's law, I coined that, then you're gonna get eaten by my human. The show ends by having like a bird's eye view of a drone watching everything. Cliffhanger? Oh my god, that means there's gonna be more of this shit. So that's it. Season 1 of Sausage Party Foodtopia. Holy guacamole, bitch. Did you like it? Are you full? Because I'm not. That shit sucked. Like, where do I even begin? Oh, for starters, the animation was fucking cheap. This shit looked worse than it did 8 years ago How is that possible? Like, it looks unrendered at times. Like, ugh. Oh, but the episode where the guy fucks the hot dog looks the best. Because, oh, it'll get the most buzz. You're sick in the head. When you take out all of the food sex and all of the sex jokes, what you have left is a pretty boring, directionless story lampooning US politics with the capitalism is bad message behind it, which is pretty ironic coming from an Amazon Prime exclusive, but whatever. Yeah, throw in some pop culture references and some F-bombs, and you got Foodtopia. They could have done like literally anything with the story. They could have had their own little drama, their own little food love stories. Like, it could have been episodic. It didn't even have to be about shit. It didn't even have to have a solid storyline. But instead, they went with taxes. Am I right? The food puns, they never fucking ended. They had one loaded in the chamber for every character. I was like, oh my gosh, please! Also, the word fuck. It gets lost in the dialogue because they say it so damn much. Because remember, guys, this animation is not for kids. Adults only, baby. It's definitely longer than it should have been. Like, if
Episode 3.
was cut out completely, you wouldn't have missed anything. I passed out a couple times during my first watch through because it's so boring. Without the sex, without the cussing, it's just. But if you enjoyed the movie, if you enjoy food getting their freak on, then you might enjoy this, maybe. Like, I liked the intro. I liked the heroic ass outro music that it played during the credits. So it gets points for something, right? All right, it's tally time. How many food got thrown in the trash can, if you will? I counted like 30. I lost count at 30. I don't know, bitch. Go ask Dead Meat. His ass might know. How many times did they use shit and or bodily fluids as the punchline? 4. That is 4 too many times you have to animate shit and white goo on hot dogs. You're sick. Weird, racist, and anti-Semitic jokes, but it's okay because it's food, right? 3. Alright, one more thing. Can we get a petition going to stop having Seth Rogen and other A-list celebrities voice act in animated films and media? Because his ass cannot voice act. It's literally just Seth Rogen. The same thing in the Mario movie. Mario is literally just Chris Pratt. Donkey Kong is literally just Seth Rogen. Like, come on. There is an exception though. The Boy and the Heron, the Studio Ghibli movie that like came out last year, Robert Pattinson plays in it, and I want y'all to guess who he plays in that film before looking at the credits, because I bet you can't. But I had fun telling y'all about it. And if y'all liked this video, if you liked my sultry voice, if you liked my silly jokes, if you liked how I broke down this ridiculous TV show, please consider subscribing. Consider liking the video. Comment down what else y'all want to see. Do y'all want to see me break down season 2 of this show? If it ever comes out, y'all let me know. Because, you know, I love making videos and info dumping about random media to y'all. So let me know down in the comments what else y'all want to see. Also, y'all check out my night swim video. It's a movie about an evil swimming pool. I really love that video. It's summer themed. It's summertime. I think y'all really gonna enjoy that video. What the hell? Hold on. Did you just say something?